Content warning. Cursing. The dream.
My name is Daphne Poi. I go by she, her pronouns, and we are in the public central library bathroom that has white walls and fluorescent lighting, but still somehow so lovely. So I dreamt that I was on my mom's couch. I was sleeping there. And I woke up to people filing in to do their laundry. And it felt really normal. And they all filed through the house as I was kind of starting to wake up. And one person walked back to me, back to the couch, and said, "There's Fowl at your door." And I was like, "What? That doesn't make any sense. I don't know what that means." And I looked at the door, and there was a chicken. So the person meant chickens at my door. And there was a white chicken with a paper sign attached to its back that I either forgot what it said or it didn't say anything. It might have just been a blank piece of paper. And because my attention was on the back door, I also saw another event that was happening, which was a land animal that I'm going to just say is a cat, but it's not for sure a cat, and a bird fighting over a mouse. So the land animal caught the mouse, and the bird would swoop down and get the mouse from the land animal. And the mouse would struggle and wiggle free and drop down, and then the cat would get it, and the cat would start to, shake it, and then the bird would swoop down and get it, and that kept on happening for a really long time, and I was just watching it, stressed, and this was all happening beside a pool. And at one point, the cat was somehow gone, and the bird wasn't able to hold on to the mouse anymore, and the mouse struggled free, but it was so stressed that it kind of was just limp on the ground, and it landed right beside the pool, and it flopped into the pool, and it had a little bit more strength, and it tried to, swim to the edge and grab onto the edge and pull itself up, but it couldn't, and so it flopped back down, and I screamed and looked away.
What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? So this is our second from Daphne. The other one was Tinder.
Oh,
the Tinder
yeah. Dream. But this is altogether different.
This is a different dream. So full of so many images and possible symbols to work with here.
Oh my God.
Just so many.
Chock full, and none of them fit together. In my opinion.
I love the idea of being in a dream where you're it starts off and you're sleepily waking up into
yeah,
that just feels very confusing.
It's awesome. It's it's just as though that should always happen in dreams, where you fall asleep in real world, and as you're falling asleep you're waking up into the dream world, and that's just how it works.
Oh my God, there's a Demi Moore movie that's that from 1995 or something.
Do you remember what it's called?
Anyway. Not at all, but I'm sure that combing through Demi Moore's IMDb, one could find it. It's about her living two lives, and she can't tell which one is real and which one is false. And when she falls asleep, she wakes up into the other one. Anyway.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That's confusing.
Yeah. I don't remember much from it. I saw it when I was a child, but I remember being struck by the idea.
We should probably watch that again, just for research.
Yeah. Yeah. It would probably give us insight. What are dreams? What are we doing?
Yeah. No clue, man.
No idea.
Really? What the hell? First you gotta, you're in your mom's house. Okay. So the factors here. Mom's house. Relax, sleepy mom's house. A bunch of people coming in to do laundry. Doesn't know who they are, but it's totally normal.
And it felt normal. Yeah.
Somebody being there's Fowl at the door. As though that's totally normal too. And she goes there, and then it's oh yeah, it's a chicken with a blank paper on its back. And then just turns away. And then that's just gone. That's just gone out of the dream.
Well, she doesn't turn away. It kind of the way that I picture it is the chicken with the paper attached to its back is there outside the back door, and she kind of she's looking at that, trying to figure it out, and then sees past it that there's this whole drama playing out with these animals.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. That's what
happened.
happened.
The chicken is just still there, I feel. It's just she's not paying attention to it.
It's just waiting patiently, like, can you see me? Can you read my message?
Yeah, I feel like the chicken is the center of this dream, but she doesn't get it. Like, she's gonna have to go back and have the dream again and focus on the chicken.
Yeah, you're right.
This other stuff is all a distraction.
Right. Yeah, you're totally right. Yeah.
Because, like, the chicken has this message, you know, or something. There's a paper on its back. It's like either the chicken is trying to communicate something itself or somebody else has sent this chicken.
That's a messenger pigeon, messenger chicken.
Yeah, the fowl is trying to bring knowledge to Daphne. Uh-huh. But she's sidetracked by the drama of the cat or the land animal. I love that.
Also doesn't even know what kind of land animal it is.
The land animal and the bird that are fighting over this mouse. Which is also very compelling. I feel like that imagery just does really draw you in. It's like the whole distraction of that is it's very compelling to me. I would get distracted by that too.
Okay, so should we focus on the metaphor of the land animal and the bird fighting over the mouse?
Sure, let's do that, and then I do want to circle back to the chicken afterwards.
Yeah, I feel like we would examine all the peripheral pieces before we can look at the chicken.
Yeah, so let's think about land animal and bird and mouse. You know, it's like we've got a definite, like, predator and prey situation.
Yeah.
Two predators fighting over this one piece of prey.
Yeah.
Neither predator is successful, you know? It's like, it's this unsatisfying thing where the prey ends up, it's like played with over and over again, ends up getting away ultimately, but then is too tired to save itself. And it doesn't even ultimately, like, it isn't even killed by the things that you think it's going to get killed by. It's killed by a natural thing, which is that it drowns because it's too tired after all the struggling.
Yeah.
It's so sad. And she screams when she sees that this happens, which is interesting because she doesn't intervene at all in any of it.
Just
but
watching.
She's obviously upset.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, okay, emotionally, that makes me think of, you know, it's like the kinds of situations where you are being pulled into these dramas and these things that you think are the most important things, and they're like exhausting because you're putting all of your energy into them. And then ultimately, it's something else that gets you.
Yeah.
Which is dark.
Which is actually hilariously like a metaphor for the dream itself. The scenario of the dream itself.
True.
Where she's like distracted by the people doing the laundry and distracted by this like weird drama of the bird animal fight outside. And she's not, and she's like missing understanding the main thing that's supposed to be happening.
The chicken.
Yeah. But yeah, I totally agree. And I think you're right about that. You know, you've got these things pulling you in different directions and wearing you out, having to fight them off and run between them, and then it just basically exhausts you, and like then it's all the small things in your life that end up killing you.
Yeah. I mean, and this is a sidebar because I don't necessarily know if this is what's going on in here, but it made me think about just the word predator, actually. It made me think about how much anxiety my brain has circled around thinking about violent death as a possibility, like dying at the hands of someone, like human predators in some way or other, like worrying about being attacked in some way or worried about whatever. Violence mostly from men, like just like that idea as a possibility. And ultimately, probably, it's not going to be that, you know? It's like statistically, I'm going to die of some natural cause at some point just because I'm tired out and old.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, but then also, like in this dream, something I was wondering while the mouse is doing all that struggling is like maybe that struggling was important, because if the mouse hadn't been expending all of its energy, maybe it would have, you know, maybe the wriggling around was what allowed it to get dropped over and over again by each of the predators.
Yeah.
So it needed to do that. It couldn't have done anything else in order to survive that part.
Otherwise it would have just, like, been eaten by the predators, and that would have been less enjoyable than just dying later.
But is it? I wonder, maybe it would be better to just...
Yeah, I feel like I'd rather just get eaten by a land animal.
Yeah, I wonder. Rather than...
Played with forever and ever and
drown?
then dying of exhaustion.
Ooh. Yeah, neither is good. Poor mouse.
Anyway, definitely captivating. I understand why she was captivated by that.
Yeah, but it's a distraction, Daphne.
Yeah.
Don't get pulled into the drama.
What about all
it'll just exhaust you and distract you.
What about all the people in the house and the laundry?
Yeah, she's on her mom's couch. People are wandering around, but she's chill, you know? It's like, it makes me think about times where I'm kind of nappy and there are people bustling around. There's something kind of comforting about it, almost, a lot of times, if you're in situations where it's sort of familiar. Why are people doing laundry at her mom's house, though? Probably just because, like, her mom's house is where people go to do laundry, you know? Like, it's where, at some point, she would have gone to do laundry. Yeah. Or something. Like, where people that weren't her did laundry. Right. Or where she did laundry when she didn't live there. I just feel like that's just maybe like a useful, comfortable, domestic thing. Yeah. I mean, we're giving moms a bit of a short shrift here by reducing them to laundry, but I also... I also see how, like, your mom's home would be associated with these things. I mean, in a way, like, all of that, I'm just going to get real simplistic about this. Everything other than the chicken is a distraction. So I feel like the people milling about and doing their laundry, also a distraction. Just other stuff. It's about. Other stuff. It's just other stuff. It's just like, it's like, you know, in like, I've never actually seen one of these in real life. I'm thinking of like the movie Men in Black. Have you seen that ever? Probably. Okay. Anyway, there's like the thing where he's like, he's on a shooting range and there are all of these different like alien things that are like coming out. And he's supposed to know what to shoot at. And then in the end, he only shoots this one cutout, which is of a little girl. And his boss is like, why did you shoot the little girl? And he's like, because she was suspicious or something. Or like, she didn't why is there a little girl in amidst all of these monsters? She's obviously the problem. And for some reason, I feel like within the context of the movie, very foggy memory of this movie, by the way. So maybe I'm butchering that entirely. But I feel like it was like, somehow that was right. Like he passed the test. You know? Oh. And it's like, and this is sort of what sounds darker than it was. But the thing is like, there are a lot of things in life that try and pull you from what it is that you should actually be focusing on. And they're often very convincing. And that's what I feel like this stream is about. Just having your attention pulled away from what you really need to pay attention to. And in this case, like, she really doesn't even know what it is that she's supposed to be paying attention to, because when the fowl is mentioned, she at first doesn't even know what the fowl is. And then she looks and realizes what the fowl is, and then goes to look at it and realizes there's a sign, and she either can't read it or there's nothing written on it. Like, there's just a lot, like, there's going to be a lot of steps to even understanding what the thing is that she's supposed to be paying attention to, I feel like, if that's what this is about. Yeah, whoa, okay. Just sudden thought. Have you ever heard that? That quote by, oh shit, what's the name of that? Oh, he's so famous. I should remember this. That director, Werner Herzog. Have you ever heard that quote by him about how terrifying it is to stare into the eyes of a chicken? Because it's just like such deep stupidity. I guess like, okay. So a chicken just like representing like your just nothingness, like it's giving nothing back to you. You're looking at it and you're like, I don't know what you are, and like I'm not getting any clues. Yeah, but then also to get kind of, well, baselessly neo-Buddhist about it, because I don't actually really know anything about Buddhism, but, you know, the idea that nothingness is kind of it, like at the core of everything, at the core of yourself, you feel like there's this like some great truth, or like, you know, your ego is this thing that's real and precious, but really the deepest truth is that you get there, you arrive at the place where your ego should be and where the meaning should be, and it's actually just that there is nothing, but that's okay. So maybe the chicken really, it's like she thinks that she should be able to read, there's some message, and either she forgot what it said or it said nothing, but really it's that she feels that there should be something there because everyone feels like there should be something there, but ultimately it's a chicken with a paper that says nothing. That's what you find at the center of all.
Basically what this is telling us is this dream means nothing. Nothing means anything, and you don't need to worry about it.
But also you're getting distracted by all these things that you think that you should find the meaning in all of these things. Like you're like drawn into this whole cat and mouse and bird thing where you're like, oh, this must be it. Like the struggle of mortality or whatever, or like there must be meaning here. And then it's like, dude, just pay attention to the fowl with the blank paper on its back. Just notice that that's actually the thing.
I feel like this is a very incomplete and uncomfortable resolution, but that's fine. That's fine.
That the meaning of everything is that there is nothing.
Yeah, it's like, it's just messy, you know? But yeah, I'm fine with it.
I mean, I don't know. There's something that I find satisfying about it. It's like cut through all the static and start from the place of being like, you don't need to get caught up in all the drama, you know? Like, we can start with this foundation of there being kind of this peaceful emptiness at the center and then build from there. No?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's where I'm taking it. And I love it. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening.
Help us keep making this by subscribing to and reviewing the podcast wherever you listen to it, and following and liking us on social media.
If you love this, you can support us on Patreon.
We will reward you.